Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. Waiting feels responsible. It feels smart. It feels patient. It feels like you're doing the right thing. But most of the time, it is just hesitation dressed up as discipline. And this is where a lot of ambitious men get stuck. They are not lazy. They are not unfocused. They are just waiting for the right moment, for the right opportunity, for the right conditions. But here is the truth. The right time almost never shows up. And if it does, it doesn't wait for you. And then what happens is, you keep preparing, you keep thinking, you keep planning, but you don't move forward ever. And slowly, without realizing it, you fall behind people who are less prepared and more willing to act. Let me break this down properly, because once you understand this, you stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. 1. Waiting feels safe, but it costs you position. Waiting gives you comfort. You feel like you are in control, like you are being careful, but in reality, you're giving up your position. Because while you're waiting, someone else is moving, someone else is learning, adjusting, making mistakes, getting better. And by the time you decide to act, they are already ahead. Not because they are smarter, but because they moved earlier. 2. Clarity comes from movement, not thinking. This is a big one. Most men think they need clarity before they act, but it is the opposite. You get clarity by acting. You don't figure out everything in your head. You figure it out by stepping into the situation, by testing things, by adjusting in real time. Thinking has a limit. At some point, it just becomes overthinking, and overthinking keeps you stuck in the same place forever. Movement breaks that. It forces reality to respond, and that's where real understanding comes from. 3. The world rewards momentum, not perfection. Perfection is another trap. You want things to go right before you move. Everything planned, everything aligned, but the real world doesn't reward perfection, it rewards momentum. The person who moves consistently, even imperfectly, builds speed, builds experience, builds presence, and over time, the momentum becomes hard to stop, while the other person waiting for perfect timing is still at the starting point. 4. Strategic movement beat random action. Now, this doesn't mean you move blindly. That's another mistake. There is a difference between being reckless and being strategic. Strategic movements means you observe first, you understand the environment, then you act with intention. You don't wait forever, but you also don't rush without thinking. You move with awareness, and once you move, you keep adjusting. 5. You have to create pressure. Most men avoid pressure. They wait until life forces them to act, until something goes wrong, until they have no choice. But that puts you in a weak position, because now you are reacting under stress. Instead, you create your own pressure. You step into situations early. You challenge yourself before you are ready. Because controlled pressure builds strength, builds awareness, builds sharpness. And when real pressure comes, you are not overwhelmed. You are prepared. 6. Position yourself before the opportunity appears. This is where everything changes. Most people wait for opportunities, then try to react. But the real advantage comes from positioning. You place yourself in an environment where opportunities are likely to appear. You build skills before they are needed. You connect with people before you need them. You move into spaces before they become crowded. So when the moment comes, you are already there. And to everyone else, it looks like it's just luck. But it is not. It is positioning. A different way to think about it. Stop asking, when is the right time to move? Start asking, how can I move now? In a smart way. Because movement creates option. Waiting limits them. Every step you take opens something new. A new connection, a new idea, a new direction. But if you stay still, nothing changes. Most men don't fail because they lack ambition. They fail because they delay action. They wait too long. They think too much. They hesitate at the wrong moment. But the ones who move even when it's uncertain, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it is not perfect, those are the ones who build real momentum, real control, real results. So stop waiting, start moving, not recklessly, but strategically. Because once you start moving with awareness, you are no longer hoping things work out. You are putting yourself in a situation so that they do. If you want to understand psychology, human nature, and how to actually control your life, subscribe. Because once you stop waiting, everything starts to shift.